Come close, let me tell you something. Did you know how crazy Steve Jobs sounded when he told its board of directors that he was going to build a store, a glass store at that for Apple products? People thought it was stupid. People thought it was crazy. But guess what? Now, that's like the most beautiful store in the whole wild world. Hey guys, welcome back to another amazing episode of the I'm Not Lucky, I Am Blessed podcast. And as always, I'm your host, Lucky, and today I'm here to talk business. But before we do, let me quickly share with you guys a story. Let's take it back to 1999. Steve Jobs was still the CEO of Apple. He was still alive. And in that period, Jobs was someone that hated when he couldn't control things, when things were out of his control, especially his product, the Apple product. He just didn't like the fact that Apple was not the company selling their product to the customer. It was someone else, and the product was being mixed with other product. He just felt like Apple was different and therefore should be sold differently. He felt like Apple was unique and shouldn't be mixed with other products. So he came up with an idea of building a store for Apple. He took the idea to his board of directors and told them the idea, but he didn't like it. Because at that point in time, there were other companies that, had their own locations or retail centers, but they were doing horribly bad. So they kind of like toned down the idea. But Jobs told them, like, we're different. We're Apple. We're going to put this stores in expensive neighborhood where there is lots of foot traffic. We're going to do better than these guys. But they just didn't believe him at all. They thought it was a stupid idea. So they shut down the idea. Job was now frustrated because he really believed in this that he wanted to do. So he met with a friend of his that kind of like shared the same vision and an idea as Steve Jobs was. I would call them a mastermind, someone that, saw the same goal, was as crazy as Steve Jobs, that didn't think he was crazy, that thought he was normal. And he told the friend what he was struggling with, how he thinks Apple deserves their own store and to sell their own product so they can control the whole customer experience and not giving it out to someone else to sell and just handle the product anyhow. So the friend liked the idea and gave him an advice. He told him, hey, how about you go build this store secretly? Build it the way you want it, with the design you want, and then stay in there for like a few weeks and enjoy it. If you enjoy it, if you like it, then do it. If you don't do it. So Steve took his advice and got a space and built the Apple store that we know today. Privately, no one else in the company knew. I mean, a few people, knew because he had workers that were working with him. And then when the store was ready, he loved it, loved the idea. He introduced the board to the store. And when they came in and saw what he had built, they were like, this is amazing. At first, we didn't like it, but what we see now looks beautiful and we want to do it. So they agreed to the plan. So when he told the idea to the world that Apple was going to have their own store, a lot of people doubted him. People thought he was crazy. And that was the era where Steve Jobs started this whole think different idea. And people was like, yeah, you're thinking different, but this doesn't make sense. Business Week actually wrote an article on that. And it was titled, Sorry, Steve, this is why Apple stores won't work. A lot of influential people said the problem with Apple is that they are trying to serve caviar in a world where people were satisfied with crackers and chips. It's crazy, right? Some people even said the company, like the whole idea wouldn't last more than 2 years. So much negativity around the idea. On May 19th, 2009, the first Apple store was opened in Virginia. And in just the first week alone, they had about 5,200 people visit the store. And weekly, it has increased. Yearly, it has increased. As a matter of fact, the first year the store was open, it made the company $1.2 billion in revenue. Crazy, right? Crazy. Now we love the Apple Store. Everybody wants to go in there. We think it's an amazing idea. We think it's the best thing in the world. But trust me, that best thing at first was thought stupid. The world thought that was a stupid idea. My question to you now is, what is that crazy idea that you have that the world has told you no, your family has told you no, that you're keeping inside? That idea, here's what I want you to do with it. Number one, don't tell it to everyone. Tell it to a like-minded person, someone who thinks the same way you think. Look for that person and share that idea with them. They might not be in your circle. Sometimes you might have to get out of your comfort zone to find this person. I want you to find that person and share this idea with the person. And that person would give you an advice on how to go about it. Like Steve Jobs, his friend told him to build it secretly. Or maybe you don't have that person. Maybe this video is that person. Build that idea secretly. And when it's ready, introduce it to the world. Don't introduce your idea to the world when it's not ready, but instead introduce the world to your idea when it's ready. You see, the truth is that people don't know what they want. They think they do, but they don't. One of my favorite sayings from Henry Ford is, if I had asked the world what they wanted, the world would have said they wanted faster horses. But he never asked the world. He did what he thought the world wanted. The vision he had here, he did that. And guess what? The world embraced it. But if he had asked the world would have told them something else. So stop going around and asking people what they want. Don't worry about going out there to do a market survey of what the customers want. Customers will tell you different thing and go back and do something entirely different. I don't want you to waste your time doing that. Steve Jobs didn't come up with a business plan for that. He didn't go out and do a market research or study or all that. He didn't even ask for what his target market was or what location. He just first had to build this thing. So don't worry about the business plan or whatever. What I want you to do is build it. If that's not successful, it's okay. Do something else. But you got to keep trying. It's better you try and fail than not try and fail at all. So please, don't let that crazy idea of yours go to waste because there's someone out there that needs it. The world needs it. The world needs more crazy people. So guys, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I just wanted to come out here and share this with you. I hope the story of how Steve Jobs built the most beautiful store in the world has inspired you. And if it did, share it with someone else out there who needs this inspiration. And also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.